What is up, guys? Welcome back and welcome in. I'm Smash, and today we're back at it again with some more Skybees 2. So, last episode we were looking at making a cobblestone generator, and you're gonna see here that I have a little bit over just a lot of cobblestone here. So we are going to break apart all these crafting tables. I need... Hey, my mouse is not charging for some reason. The one with a bunch of keybinds on the side right here, they're not actually... This mouse isn't charging fully, so what we're running into a little bit is that my side buttons don't work because my spare mouse stinks anyways. Okay, so last episode we were working on making some cobblestone. We finally got into some lava, and you're gonna see I have one ceramic lava bucket. I got a water bucket. We got one more bucket of lava here, but we should be able to make just a couple of things here. So we're gonna start by making some compressed cobblestone so we can make a furnace. And you can see here that is indeed the recipe for the furnace. Uh-oh. Come on, game. Well, we'll be right back whenever... Oh, there it is. Never mind. And now we should be able to drop this furnace down. And we'll drop it right here for now. And we should be able to then put a piece of sand. Do I have sand? I do. Right in there. And we'll drop, let's say, 4 in there. And some pieces of wood. And that will give us our glass. Doop. Perfect. Now we have our glass. And we can go ahead and go for our cobble generator. So, cobble gen tier 1. Now, I believe... How does this thing work? I think the cobble gen, you have to place an inventory below it. It could be above it, though, so let's take a look here. We did get one ceramic bucket back. I know that you need one chest. I can't remember if it's below or above. We're about to find out. And there you go. We are getting some cobblestone, so it is putting an inventory above, and that will do just fine. Let's take a look at what we have to do next. So we finally got that. We do have our soul campfire. I think that in order to get this quest complete, we're going to actually have to get an organic water bucket. So let's go ahead and get another one of those. We're going to need some seeds as well as water. Water is from thinking. It's going to be... We're going to need to grow some more trees. We're going to need more leaves. Okay, we can do that. Come on, tree. There we go. That should work. There. Here. And then what is it that actually gave us our ceramic water bucket, or organic water bucket? Was water. Water needed, right, low temperature oak leaves, so let's grab that. And there we go. Inventory is already done. And then after we finish with that, we just go ahead and drop it in no temperature. With some seeds, we'll get us a ceramic organic water bucket just for the quest completion. And we'll be right back. And just like that, we have 1 water bucket and 2 water buckets, and now we have an infinite water source that I can actually pump right back into our system. And I will show you exactly why we need to do that. Alright. We need... Let's see what water is useful for. In this, we can make sand and water in to clay using our no temperature one, which means we can completely automate it, which means essentially we can turn oak logs. After we place them here, it'll turn into sand, and we can continue doing that until we have all the sand that we ever would need, and we can turn them all into oak logs. The reason we need so much of all this stuff, 1, 2, 3, let's make 16 clay, and we'll put that on our auto smelty thing. We're gonna go and sleep real quick if we can. We can. Gotta make sure we sleep because we already died to these phantoms multiple times. You should really see my skybase. We can do that later. What we're gonna need is empty DNA. And this is how we actually get into DNA spawning and get into all of our specific types of bees. So we can make cobblestone bees, we can make wood bees, we can make dirt bees, gravel bees, some lava bees, sand, all these types of things that we can make out of this. And that is just all the bees that we can make before we actually start to breed them together. So like if we look at iron bees here, so I want an iron bee. In order to make an iron bee, I need a cobblestone and a wood bee to come together. That's how we make ourselves iron bees. So we need to do that. So we need to start breeding these bees together. So that's what we'll do. We're going to have to go in and get into some bee breeding and things of that nature. So to start that off, we are going to go straight into beehives. Beehives, to start, are going to need 3 string, which is just some more oak leaves, and 3 planks. That's easy enough. Do we have any string? No. String is made with yet more trees. So we're going to need to go grab some trees. Some more leaves. Leaves. Come on, there we go. Hit the comma. And simple enough, we just grab it, go like this, and that'll be 17. Which will be enough to get us 5 beehives, it looks like. We'll just do something like this. Bam. And 5 beehives. There we go. Alright. So we have our beehives. That's going to actually open us up. It looks like it dead ends here, but really, it just begins our beehive movement. So we can essentially immediately upgrade this up to a tier 1 beehive, which I think we might do. A tier 2 beehive is going to need some beeswax and some honeycomb. We don't need to get that quite yet. We are going to have to start up on some bees before we can do this. So a tier 1 beehive is going to be grass. Grass should be just bone meal in the ground. Do we have bone meal? We're going to need to get more of that, but that's fine. We can get some more of that. Do we have some clay? We have 8 clay. We are out of water. And we're back to our infinite water source. There it is. Okay. And I think now that we're out of it, we are going to have to... No, we're good. Okay. I might have to restart it anyways. Okay, cool. We have 8 clay, though, so that's good. We can start with that. Real quick, though, before we get started, I'm going to start building this up just a touch into what our beehives are going to look like, and then I'll show you what we come up with here, just to make these look a little bit better and more suitable for what we're trying to do. So we'll be right back. And we're back. Okay. So we've gone ahead and expanded out our base just a touch. I've turned it into cobblestone. We did it a little bit on stream here. And this is where we are at just for a very early game temporary bee structure. Now, one thing about beehives is that if you actually touch them, the bees inside will get angry if you have any bees. So when we set this beehive up, we actually want to set it up in such a way that I need to make sure I'm doing it properly. That's the honey. Okay, so that needs to be on the inside, I think. So I think we do want this to go kind of here. Yeah. Okay, maybe I had that right the first time. So there's our beehive. You can't access it. It doesn't have any like internal inventory that you can actually access. But that is good for us to set up right now. Let's go ahead and just slam these down here. See if we get any chickens from them. And of course we did, and it didn't go in its pen. So there you go. Are you in there? Cool. Perfect. All right. And he's going to fall off the edge shortly. Anyways, we have our beehives placed down. Now we need to get wood, cobblestone, and I think that that's going to be it for right now. So wood bees DNA is just an empty DNA and some... I think that's just a log, right? And then the cobblestone DNA is just going to be empty DNA and cobblestone, which is clay balls. We've gone ahead and gotten a whole bunch of clay. Let's go ahead and just start crafting. We're going to need something like 16 seems correct. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I think that's good. Let's do one more. Just like so. All right. Now, we are going to need some cobblestone. We're going to need some wood. We're going to make 2 of each of these. 1, 2. 1, 2. And boop. All right. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at our wood bee just to make sure. I believe it is a wood bee DNA. Yes, that's what we need. We need it in high temperature. And then we'll make our cobblestone bee. And we make that DNA in also high temperature. Okay, perfect. So we're going to need wood BNA, would be DNA. That's going to take 1 minute apiece. So we're just going to do that. And while we're waiting, we can look. And the cobblestone BDNA is going to be right here. So we need 2 of each of these. I don't actually think I need 2 of each, but that's what we're going to do, is get 2 of each of these. And then, of course, we'll be right back. All right, there we go. We got 2 cobblestone, 2 wood BDNAs. We got dog treats that we got to give to a doggo. Let's do that in just 1 second. What am I doing here? Oh, yeah. Let's get some more wood. I want to set up an official kind of farm for wheat here. So let's maybe think about doing that. But for now, we need to work on our bees. So we'll get some bread in here. And then I think we'll go ahead and push with the bees. So, yeah, give me just a little bit of bread. Okay. Now, we're going to need a couple of things before we can actually get them down. But we do have our wood bee and that sort of thing. We need, let's see if it's somewhere. Ah, here it is, the DNA spawner. So we need a DNA spawner, which is going to be an empty DNA. We need more logs, more planks. We can do that super fast here. I actually have everything ready to go. Let's do this, that, and DNA spawner. What am I missing? Ah, yes. We need to make this first, and then we can make our DNA spawner. Alright, so there's our DNA spawner, and we need to go kind of jump right back to empty bee jars. This is what we're going to need. In order to do this, we could do glass panes, or we can do it in the smeltery and get the glass. We're going to need 3, 4, 5, and 6 of these to make 8. So, I never understood this game. And we have 6 already. So let's go ahead and get a couple more pieces here. So, yeah. Doop, 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 doop. And some more sand. We'll get a couple more. And I think we only really need a few. Like one set of 8 should probably last us quite some time. So at least until it becomes easier to make these BDNA things. My dog's right here. She's looking for a treat. So let's go ahead and give her one. Tuck Tuck. There she is. I got 2 dogs. There we go. I actually have 4 dogs right now, but only 2 of them in the room. So there we go. Let's go ahead and make us some BDNA jars. There we go. Now the reason we're doing this, as we'll see in a second, is whenever I use the DNA spawner, which we'll just use right here, and I need to have it ready because it's just going to spawn them in the air. So you kind of have to be a little bit quick with it, because you do actually have to pick them up or they will just fly away. So we have our 2 wood bees, we have our 2 cobblestone bees, and now before we place them down, I'm going to get we have a wood log already. Let's go ahead and just go get doop. Oh man, that sucks. Oh well. And we will just go ahead, place our wood, our bee, just like that. Now these, what you'll see is they're going to spin on the block that they are on. And then once they're done spinning, right now they're getting pollen from their source. And then they're going to go into the beehive, and you can see honey 0 out of 5. There's 1 bee in there, 2 bees in there. And if we look at the beehive, how many we can actually hold, it's not going to tell us. But the tier 1 beehive is max bees 4, holds 5 honeycombs. So I believe this one is going to be 2 honeycombs. And holy crap, we did not put a roof on this. So we need to go and get this. Do I have another one, or did it already die into eternity? Let's go ahead and put a roof on this super fast. That is my bad. Yeah, it looks like we did just lose cobblestone bee, so we are going to have to make another one of those. Luckily, that's not super hard because we haven't reached a point in the game. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's a wood bee. Perfect. Alright, we'll go ahead, put that back down, and cobblestone bee, put that down. Alright. Now, you can see we have 3 bees in there, which looks to be the max. For this, let's see if we can't do something here. We have a bunch of dirt. What I want to do is make a little bit of a take a quick second and just kind of get me some seeds, because we really need some bone meal. And seeds are a much easier place. So if I just, let's see, if I just run around, and then I can, if we look, come on, there we go. I can go like this. Oh, wrong button. Hold on. 1, 2. Alright, so we run. So if we run around on this, it'll grow them super fast, then I can just ultimine them like that. There we go. I can run, and then wait till they mature, and bam. And this is a little bit dizzying because it's actually a pretty small amount. But you can see when I open up my inventory just how much we actually have here. And we are actually getting some that fall off. So let me go take a sleep here. And then we'll go ahead and check our inventory. And when I check my inventory, I think we're going to have a lot. So yeah, I have a stack and 36. So this is doing a couple of things. Number one, I'm getting a lot of bread, which is excellent. But also I have so many seeds now. And we just throw a couple in there. I can just do this. And that'll make us more of this bone meal pretty easily. Bada bing, bada boom. And we're doing great. Okay, so honey, 3 out of 5. We actually are going to need it to say 5 out of 5 for us to do anything. So we have to wait on that. And we can get rid of this now. Let me jump on it. There we go. Do we have some bone meal? Yes, we do. So we're going to need some grass. And I think I can take the comma and it'll give me the regular grass here. And we'll do that just a couple more times. Comma some grass. Oh man, that's the wrong thing. Luckily, we got bone meal pretty easily now. Bam. Alright, so we got 16 grass. What we can do is take 2 beehives with that. Put them in the middle. Surround them. And there's our 2 tier 1 beehives. Now I can take this. It is full. Okay, how do we harvest this bee hive? Is it just with shears? Let's try it with some shears. I know I have some. I don't think it's actually shears. Let's see, though. Oh, it is. It is shears. Okay, that's great. It did go on the inside, and I, of course, am losing bees. Don't you fall off. There we go. We have our cobblestone bee back, and we would just drop it right there. Perfect. Now, eventually, there is a thing in this game called, I believe it's called honey glass. Honey glass. Honey glass. Bees and players. So we want the player glass because we want it to allow the players to pass through. So you make that with 2 honey blocks and 2 glass. So we'll need 4 honey bottles, which are going to come in the centrifuge whenever we do our honeycomb blocks. So there we go. We have our honeycomb. And now I believe we are on our way. Okay. However, that's not actually what we want to do all day, is make cobblestone and wood. So what we want to do is get into some higher level stuff here. Let me go get this ready because he is, of course, going to want to fly out. So we'll just go ahead and grab him right now. And what we'll do is we're going to wait for a wood bee to come out. And then we're going to give the wood bee wood and the cobblestone bee cobblestone. Now, how you can look at this is you say, I want an iron bee. An iron bee, and then we'll look at it, it says bee breeding. Bee breeding, it says I need a wood bee and a cobblestone bee. And this is what it wants you to give to the bee. So cobblestone, and I'll give him wood. I'll give the cobblestone bee what it wants and everything, and that will actually give me an iron bee, which I can then put on an iron bee nectar block. Wait. Let me go ahead, give you wood, and you cobblestone, and what we'll see is they will produce a nice iron bee in the jar. Alright, perfect. So, we have us an iron bee. The iron bee, though, is not going to be able to do anything. Because it needs a block. So, every bee is going to need a few things. They're going to need the bee itself will need a beehive. And we're going to need a block that the bee wants to be on. So, when you look at it, bee flowers, right here, it's going to say this one wants an iron bee nectar block. Whereas if we click on the wood bee, we go under bee flowers, and it's just going to say a whole bunch of wood. So it says logs, right? It wants the logs. I can do the same thing for the cobblestone bee. So that's how we have to look at it. Normally it's going to be these nectar blocks, but super early on it's just going to be cobblestone, things like that. So there we go. Now we have our shears, And an easier way to do this, actually, so I don't have to keep breeding these, is to get a bee box. I have a bee box, which is going to need some beeswax, some wax planks. And I think we do need actual wax planks, so let's take a look at that. Yeah, it's just going to be planks with extra beeswax. What do we get beeswax from? I believe it's going to be in a centrifuge. We put this down, it'll give us what we need. Okay, so this is a honeycomb. That's what we use it for. Sounds great. So, let's go ahead and let these guys do their things. And what I'm going to do is look up a little bit more about where we want to go next, what the fastest route is to get to what we want, and exactly what we need for it. And there you see it's gold, right? So that actually means that it's ready to harvest. So that's what we will do real quick. We just right-click it on the back. Sometimes it pops it out the back, sometimes it packs it out the front. This time it popped it out the back, so we're a little bit lucky we don't have to go in there. But we're going to go do some research. What is we have to do next. And as always, guys, we will be right back. Alright, so I think I figured it out. So what was next, I do believe, is going to be our manual centrifuge. We have a stick somewhere here. Let's just grab a stick. Okay. Grab a lever. Now we should have everything. Cast iron is just bricks, which is just clay, so we got that taken care of. And then we just grab a manual centrifuge. We're getting a little bit cluttered, but we'll put it right here for now. And we're going to need some glass bottles. So what do we do with bottles? Empty glass bottles. It's just going to be 3 glass, so we will just need a bunch more sand. We have 2 glass. There's 4 glass, so there's 3 glass bottles for now. Hopefully that's enough for just a little bit. And then what we'll do is we put our honeycomb in, and you just try right-clicking it. No. Shift right-click. Perfect. And we just hold it down. And we can see I'm actually getting sugar and honey bottles. So, not sure if these are stackable yet, but we will take a look. Alright, there we go. We did get 1 piece of beeswax from that as well. And is this ready to harvest? Not yet. Honey, 5 out of 5. It is. Now it is. Oh, I dropped my shears off. Hold on. Uh-oh. You made it out. Now you die. We get chicken now, guys. We get chicken. Perfect. And shears. There they are. I'm going to drop my iron bee in here because I don't want to lose it. Joop. Now, something sort of weird is that I think we can only get honeycomb. Looks like you need to do it with an empty hand. It looks like you can only get honeycomb from a regular beehive, so I think that we actually need to upgrade our beehive. So let's go ahead and grab all of our bees out of here. We'll wait for them. We don't want to break it while they're in there, because I don't believe that they run out randomly. I think that they will literally, sort of. I don't think they get mad when they're inside, any more than they would normally, but I think that they spew out of there, and I don't really want that. Oh, no, no, no. See, okay, this is the problem. Okay. So that's exactly what I thought, and that's the reason why we don't do that. Alright, so these will literally never become happy again. We're just getting stung by bees to death. So that's why you can't do it. So we are going to die here. Okay. He'll be angry forever. And we're going to need more cobblestone bees. What bees survived? We have 1 wood bee that did survive. Alright, let's go ahead and get some bread. Where's the other wood bee? Okay, guys. Well, we do have to go get the wood bees. So real quick, though, let me talk about this. So bees sting you. Campfires, it acts as like a smoker for the bees. So if you put a campfire under the beehive, that will let you collect from the beehive. However, if you break the beehive, they will still get upset. So that is what we just learned. But anyways, let's see if I can just switch to a tier 2 beehive so that I don't actually have to do that next time. Tier 2 beehive is just going to be normal, 4 normal honeycombs and 4 Wees beeswax. We don't have any honeycombs, so let's just drop down a tier 1 here. And that looks great. So, let's look. Drop down my wood bee. And it looks like it did go right inside. So we're going to go ahead and make some more of those wood bees. Some more of the other stuff. Gotta do it. And, of course, we'll be right back, guys. Alright, so we have our tier 1 beehive. I got all 4 of our bees back. Just had to go over there into our thing and make them. It's all good. And you can see that since we have our tier 1 beehive, we are actually producing wood honeycombs. I just put the cobblestone bees in there, so we haven't produced any cobblestone honeycombs yet, but we will. So yes, we have some honeycombs, and what I'm gonna look at doing really quickly, just because I don't want to waste too much time, because we are almost out of time for this episode. We need 4 honeycomb blocks, 4 beeswax, and the tier 1 beehive in order to make the tier 2. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and the rest of these can go in. We'll see if we can't make the rest of our beeswax just off of this. Come on, come on, come on. What's happening here? Oh, does this one not go in there? Beeswax. Or let's see, honeycomb. Wood honeycomb. Does it not go into a centrifuge? Oh no. Does a cobblestone one go in there? And that one does go in the centrifuge. Okay, so we will just need to get some cobblestone honeycombs to go into our centrifuge. So that looks like time for a later episode, unless we can get it right now, which we might. We did get 1 cobblestone. Let's see. We got 2 cobblestone. Okay. So that's fine. Let's see how much of this we get. There's a chance, I suppose. But I'm sure we don't get it. Yep, that is true. Okay. And we are out of space for cobblestone, so we're going to have to wait for next episode for that. But we are almost there. And then afterwards, I was looking. Iron beam nectar block, which is how we get to it. We're going to need 2 cobblestone honey blocks and 2 wood honeycomb blocks. We're going to need a total of 18 wood honeycombs and 18 cobblestone honeycombs. And that will produce our iron beam nectar block, which will then, we can replace one of these blocks underneath with it. And that will allow us to finally use our iron bee, which we can produce or whatever. And I was thinking about making one of these, or maybe it would be a 2 by 2 by 1 thick instead of 2 thick. And just having them kind of in a row right here for now, with each honeybee in it. And maybe we'll leave this one here for some breeding purposes or something like that. But that's going to have to wait till the next episode. So, yeah, guys. Today we got into some bees. We finished up our lava production. We have cobblestone being produced way too fast now. And more honeys, more bees ready to harvest. And yeah, guys. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing. Click the links down below. You can follow me on Twitch. We're live every time I'm recording. And as always, guys, we'll see you next time. Oh, yeah.